Welcome back again, and as I promised, we will be working on these finials and the pillar today. If you haven't gotten the coloring page, this is from a wonderful artist over at Davidson Coloring Art on Etsy. The link to this page is in the description box below. It's only $2.75. Go ahead and get that. I am using the larger version. They give you two versions. Well, no other introductions, no other topics. Let's get going on these finials and the pillar here. For these lamp finials and the plaque, I want to use this light bronze, and I don't want to make it too bronzy, so I may pull in the fawn and the milk to tone it down. And since these are kind of a brownish color, we'll use either the shadow or the dark gray. Probably the dark gray, it's lighter, and I don't want to deepen these up too much. For the glass part, I'm thinking mango. That's kind of a light, glowy color. And I might use some of the oyster to tone it down a little bit, if I can find my oyster. There it is. Use some of my oyster to kind of tone it down. Let's get started on those. Let's see how we go here. This is the light bronze, and I'm just lightly going in because I don't want to put a whole bunch of color in here yet. I just want to see how bright this is. I think if I go in here, it's going to be really bright. See, I'm just barely touching here and putting in a lot of color. So what we'll do is kind of put most of our color down here and around the edges and pull it in. And then while we're over here, we're doing the same thing here. So just put some of that bronze in. Give it a base color. Always go in and add more if we want. Not too bright. Let's see what this milk will do. Kind of spreads it out a little bit. But we're going to have to darken that up quite a bit because it's bright. Let's put a little, see what happens if we add a little. I think that's going to tone it down. Well, we still have to add our gray, so that'll tone it down even more. Yeah, we didn't need much of that bronze to make it really bright. Let's blend that together real quick with the milk. And then we're going to start adding our gray. Okay, let's start with our lightest, which is dark gray. Let's add some shadowing in here. I don't know if this is going to be dark enough. I don't think it is. But it's toning down the bronze. And let's try the shadow. Another experiment. Let's take the mango and kind of go. I think for this and the lighter areas, we're going to go in with the light gray. Kind of blend that. I'm going to have to turn you. Coloring in where these darker areas are with the mango. Blending that together with the oyster. And back in with the light gray. Brighten these up. Okay, we're going to need to tone this mango down a little bit. Let's try a little bit of this fawn. Aztec gold. Let's see what happens when we add that. Not horrible, but let's go in with the coal and define some of this up. See how we are from there. I have to think about that. It's not horrible, but it's like it's missing something. Now I'm going to turn you on your side so I can get to this plaque. Okay, let's go in with the bronze. And see, I got it kind of streaky, so I'm going to fill it in a little better. Okay, I'm going to go in with the fawn and see if I can tone it down and pull it in. In with the oyster. See if we can pull some more of this out. Okay, I'm going to go in again with this light bronze and just kind of add a little bit more color. And I'm not pressing hard at all. It's more of the fawn on the edges. Kind of tone it down. And then I'll blend it out with the oyster. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay away from maybe the shadow because it kind of makes it kind of mucky. You know, they're more dirty than shadows. On this color at least. And get the dark gray, put in shadows. Go in with the coal to find some of this some of the coal in these darker areas. I guess it's supposed to be writing. Find some of the shadows. Back in with the dark gray. Kind of toning it down a little. Ready to move on to the urn up here. We're gonna do this one upside down. Okay, I'm gonna start in with these leaves, and we are going to be using mahogany, leaf green, and probably the coal. I think just those two colors should do us, because there's not much here you have to have a really sharp point. These are so tiny. I'm just going in with this leaf green, then we're going to brown it up with the mahogany. Up we're going to go in with the brown, kind of go over it. You figure, it's close to Halloween. Plant should be dying about now. Okay, now I'm going with a little bit of this black. I should say coal. Tone down this brown a little bit. And the green. That part's done. Now for this base. Probably want to do it like this mausoleum. If I can remember how we did it. That would be on dark gray, shadow, coal. Okay, I put you on your side so I can get at these better. It's too long this way, and I got this thing in the way when I go upside down. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this urn, this platform, and all of this concrete in between the blocks, all this color here. I'm just gonna start blocking everything in with the dark gray. If you remember, we did dark gray, some fawn, the shadow, and coal. So I'm just gonna start filling in all these areas here with the dark gray, which is actually not that dark. Now I got these leaves all blocked in, so we shouldn't have a problem if we accidentally go over a little bit. Put a good base of this dark gray in. And looking at how far we've gotten and how much we've got to go, this is definitely gonna take at least 4 weeks. Won't get it completely done by Halloween. If you want to race ahead of me, you're more than welcome. I'm just here to give you ideas, something to do to relax, color along with me. Grout lines, is that what that's called? Grout lines? You know, they call it that in kitchens and bathrooms. I don't know how much shadowing I want to put on these. Probably not much. I probably won't worry about that until we get to doing the bricks. Kind of do the shadowing then on that. Oh no! Looks like there's grass back here. No! No more grass! Okay. We'll get that after we're done with this pillar. Love this artwork. It's so detailed, but it does take a while. So I'm going to go in with the shadow before I go in with another pass of the dark gray. So we can start blending the shadows in. Just kind of follow where these dark lines are. If you want to add extra shadows, you can. I usually do. Okay, back in with the dark gray. Kind of blend all this together. And I apologize if I ever get you out of the screenshot. This camera thing is so tiny, and I can barely see it. So I think you're in it, and then I go to play it back, and you're not. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the coal, trying to define this, and I'm not gonna worry about any of this until we start working on the actual bricks. But I want to get this little area done here. Putting some extra shadows in here. I have to pull them out. Okay, let's do a little bit of blending with the dark gray. Okay, I'm gonna turn you around and I'm gonna get these guys here, and I want to see how it looks straight up and down. Okay, see, this is more brown and this is a little more gray, but not as gray as that one. Yeah, it's more like this one here. I don't think I'm going to go over it with the black again because these lines are showing through from the artwork, and I think that's good enough. Okay, before we start on this brickwork here, I want to go in and fill in this grass here, and there's a little bit there, and we missed a corner of this pillar here. Good enough for me. I don't want to fidget with it too much. We're going to start working on this brickwork, and we are using 3 colors plus our coal. We'll see how it turns out, but we're using mushroom because it's got a reddish tint on, and shadow. This is the mushroom. We're just going to start filling in all of this brickwork, the mushroom, just lightly, base color, and we'll go back over it again. It's got a little reddish tint to it, so it kind of looks like faded red. And while you're doing this for the brickwork, try not to get into the grouting area that we already did. I'm just going to go down with one pass and back up with another pass. Hopefully this brickwork won't be overly complicated, like I've made everything else, just a large area. Okay, what's down here? It looks like the base of this, so we're gonna have to go back in. I just keep finding all kinds of neat stuff in this picture. Yeah, I guess that's the base. Finish that up, more down here. I'm going back up for another quick pass. Done. Now we're gonna go over it with the fawn. Just one pass of this. Trying to make it a little more brown. What do you think? Yeah. Okay, before we go in and shadow this area, let's get this base done. So we'll need the dark gray. And what is that? That looks like a piece of brickwork, so we're just gonna fill that in. Geez, you keep seeing stuff. We'll never be finished with this. And the shadow for this brickwork. Let's start down here. And you remember we didn't do any shadowing on the grout work, so now's the time, especially on the edges here, where you see shadowing on the brickwork and the design. That's where I'm going over to. Okay, I'm going to go back in with the mushroom, blend out these shadows, and get any spots that I missed. The way it's deepening the color here, you'll be able to tell where you've been and where you haven't. Okay, now I'm going to go back in on the way up and press a little harder to fill in the tooth of that paper. And I'm going to try to go in an up and down motion so the texture of the wax, these pencils, kind of goes in the same direction. I don't think we can get any more color in there. Okay, now we're going to go in with the dark gray and do the grout lines, them up. And I want to do them this way first, get those done, and then I'll clip you on your side to get the others. I can't really go this way. I might go in there with a little bit of the fawn, tone it down a little bit, see how it looks. Well, did you have fun this weekend working on the rest of the cemetery? I hope you did. I had a good time trying to figure out how to make the grass and the brickwork, and I'm glad you could join me. So next week we're going to do the ghosts, and I look forward to that. It's going to be a trick though, trying to figure out how to make them a little transparent. If you want to do the full color along with me, we do that over in my Patreon community. The link is in the description box below. Just head on over there, join up, and everything I used in the video today is listed in the description box below, including where I get these cool color charts. And it was so fun to make too. I enjoyed it. There is a video out there where I swatched these out. I'll link that in the description box below. But I'll see you next weekend, and it will be ghost time. So we'll see you next week. Just make sure you hit that subscribe and notification bell so you have ready access to those videos. Until then, hang in there and have some fun.